Welcome back to consecutive day 828 of a diary of a Runpreneur. Please remember that this is part of a fundraiser, so do give it a subscribe and a share. And the more people we get in front of, the more money we raise. Thanks for your support as always. Stay positive, stay happy, and let's get started. So, consecutive day 828 of a diary of a Runpreneur. And last 24 hours have been a little bit indifferent. So Jack, one of my business partners, was back from his stag week. He's well into his 30s now, so that type of punishment on a stag week takes its toll. So much so he got back on the Sunday, but somehow managed to leave his baby bag. He has a baby, with all his car keys and everything in a boat in London on Sunday. So we were supposed to meet up yesterday. He had no car. He was trying to locate whether the bag had been handed in. He had to try and get to his car, which is located in London, incurring no doubt fines for being in London. So ultimately we didn't get to meet. So we had to cover the bare essentials over the phone, and we had a big meeting on Zoom as well. So the meeting was for the existing team of partners that we have, who partner with us to secure us investment into the business for a commission, and to also source property deals for us as part of a commission side of things. And the plan has been, our mission is to house 1 million vulnerable people through social housing. And obviously that's a big number. We're about 500 or somewhere into that. The only way we're going to do it is from expanding and taking and leveraging people to help us get the deals we need, get the investment we need to turn them around, to ultimately house the people. And but before we do that, you can't take on a big team of people without having the systems, processes and infrastructure in place to deliver it. So the reason for the call was basically Jack has put some content out there because we've set out a roadmap really for a partner of ours to be able to go from naught to £10,000 a month within 12 months. Now it's not easy, it's hard work, but very, very achievable. Even on top of a job, you can do it part time. And we've also got a roadmap for people to get to that level within 2 years if they're going to be a little bit slower with their progress. And so we put some content out for people to register their interest. We've had nearly 700 people apply to be part of this. Now, obviously, that's a crazy number of people, obviously wanting to better their lives. And so we've now got to work through how many we take on, what's the kind of vetting process to ensure that we're not spending too much time with people who aren't going to be right for our business, but also make sure the systems, processes and infrastructure is in place to make sure that taking people on and removing them is a systemised process. Otherwise it's going to take up a lot of labour and resource. So the meeting now to go through that plan has been put back to Wednesday, which is tomorrow. It's Tuesday today. But the meeting was really good because it just identified a few areas that we need to tweak and change and iterate, and where people are happy, where people don't have the training. And it just goes to show the importance of onboarding people correctly. And we've normally been pretty good at that, but the thing is we onboarded the original partners who joined the team, but then there were some people that came in partway through who didn't quite get the same onboarding treatment as the originals, and as a result they only had a half kind of handover and as a result there was parts that they just simply didn't understand and weren't using the system and process correctly, and creating chaos when we were trying to progress things at a back office level. So moral to the story is we had a big meeting. It was just a very informal feedback based meeting. What do you guys need to do your job? This is my suggestion. What do you think to that? And a real kind of exploratory meeting. And we've got some really good points that people have raised, what they need to be able to do their job to maximum effect without too much distraction with having to learn new bits of software, etc. So So yeah, so that's what has been agreed as of yesterday, and I'm hopeful that we'll get the systems and processes tweaked and iterated, because there's not a huge amount of change that was required to enable them to be onboarded properly from next week. So, and then once we've got that in place and the roadmap for the masses that want to get involved, we'll start on opening the doors to really start scaling this up, which is really exciting, but a little bit scary at the same time. Secondly, I spoke to Jack about our strategy and structure. I mean, we've been doing really well as a business for the past 7 or 8 months, but we're at a crossroads now where if we want to take on exponential growth, which is what he wants to do, there is a huge cost to growth. And, you know, if you're making good profits, are you prepared to reinvest that at cost of what's available profit-wise to the owners? And so we've got a strategy agreed, and it's a bit of a hybrid strategy because, obviously everybody has overheads, personal overheads and stuff they need to service. So we've come up with a hybrid way of growing slower from our perspective, but partnering with our London-based investors to really who've got the funds to enable us to grow at the rate in which we all want to. So watch this space. I think we've got another meeting with our London investors tomorrow, so that'll be interesting to see how that kind of pans out. So yeah, lots of cool stuff going on. My youngest son has gone back to school today, so only missed 1 day, which is cool. So all 3 kids are now back in their new school classes for the year. But anyway, that's it for me today. If any questions or comments, drop me a line. I'll respond to everyone. Do give us a subscribe and a share, as it's part of the Runpreneur Challenge, which is a fundraiser to save the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultra marathon. Check the link in the comments below to find out more how you can support it. But thank you for support as always. Stay positive, stay happy, and I'll see you again tomorrow.